Good evening, guys. It's a 5 p.m. Today is Wednesday, March 9th, right? So let's go with the pre-market notes first. So key areas. These are the key areas. Okay, 65, 68, 42, 84, 42, 38. So this is 42, 65, 68. This area. Okay, it's not 45. It's 41. It's a 42, 65, 68. Because it's like 42 series, right? So it's 42, 42, 38, 41, 95, and 41, 53, 56. Okay. So yesterday's odd up move brought some intraday buyers into the play, right? So today you are allowed to do both longs and shorts. See, I'm opening up for longs now, only for today, right? Now tomorrow it could be different story, right? We can go back to shorts only, or we can continue to do long and short both, right? So intraday reading is very important today. See, so the context and the language here changes every single day based on what I think I should do, and what not only I think, but it based on the charts. We have to follow the price, right? So however price is moving, and contextually, not blindly, but contextually, by keeping short-term view, mid-term view, long-term view in mind, I have to line up this text every day. So NQ also you are open for both, right? But NQ I made it simple. Above both dream numbers, stick with buyers. Below both dream numbers, more sellers, right? But buyers means they are also up against these areas, So that means it is difficult, for intraday, for price to go higher if all other markets are not moving higher fast, right? We need some kind of like good buying here, Otherwise, NQ will respond at every single resistances on the way up, So it will be difficult to hold the longs if you even go longs, Russell, simple. Below 2010, 35 sellers, and buyers need to do opposite, right? So Russell stayed below 210, 2010, and after morning, first hour or so, or 2 hour, it went above it. Then you are ready to go long, At least up to this point, you have a target, And then I think around 2 o'clock, there was a pullback at 2010 that you can play, At the same time, he has also pulled back into this area, 42, 65, 68, that you can play, to go long. Dow, I did not bother to look into it. Gold, above 98, 2007, buyers are there to keep it higher with R at 2027, right? And 2019. So gold pretty much stayed below these two areas, and also it stayed below this area, right? So after that it's just only 98 and lower levels are, which is 82, this area as a support, right? You can try to buy it, if you want to, but you have to literally see it how in intraday it lines up. Overall, gold is still bullish, So crude is all ping pong, between this larger range 131 to 113.50, right? So crude came all the way down to this area today, 113.15 to this. So bottom of the range, So and then actually it went down all the way up to even below that range and went down to I think 102.50, somewhere 103, 102.50, right? And then it bounced back up, and then it went all the way down up to this area again, and then again it came down, right? So now crude is technically favoring sellers for the short term, but since it went higher from I think 95 or 94, that's where all this thing started, and then it shoots up all the way to 131, right? So technically those buyers are still there above 94 and even 85, but since it went below this, let's say if it stays below this, so today's high was this area, after open. So if crude continues to stay below this, you have to assume some sellers are there looking for a down move. Above this area, buyers will be there, right? And I will update these things day by day, right? So if If today, let's say tomorrow, if I think buyers are there, I will give you specific levels, above buyers, below sellers, something like that. Okay. NQ's dream number 357, 427. Okay. So none of the dream number got hit today, none of them, right? So listen, these dream numbers will become now naked dream number, and if price comes down tomorrow, there is a pretty good chance it will come down and hit these numbers, so we'll see how it goes. Now today technically there is no trade, nothing, there is no trade, because in the morning we were observing it, and I played around with micros, two shorts, I think one long and one short. I did both ways around, I think around 42.54 here, around this level, so I went long and I was holding, and then this damn thing came down, it went into my favor, and then it came down, sliced me out, right? So I reversed it, and then again it sliced me out, and then I said, you know what, so it was a micro I was testing out, right? But we were waiting patiently for the right trade, before I put my actual contract. So since both micros failed both ways, I said, it's not good market to trade. And I think at 10:47 or so, so I had to go out today. So I said, you know what, do not bother to trade now, and then when this breakout happens, right, around 10:58, so before leaving, I said, if this breakout happens, right, then it has to stay above, I think 63. If it stays above 63, it's good to the upside. But if it goes below it, do not bother trading it at that point, because now it's too much garbage going on here. You can see it, right, this, see, it's garbage totally, and I know why, because of this resistance. It's an important area, 65, 68. So, and that's why it just stayed there, right? Only thing, buyers were holding it because of this internals. Look at momentum, consistently above zero line, right? And look at this. But the problem was, every spike up, every time it tried to go higher here, it kept getting rejection, so that is not a good sign, it's not a good buying here, so. And look at the internals, they were strong bullish. ED was completely above 1500, 100%. So that's why you can't even short here. See here, otherwise I would have shorted it nicely. But the second reason was, it's already responded here, and then it was coming back up, right? So second test, it's weak to short, and considering this fact of strong bullish internals, you don't want to fade it. So shorts out of question. Long, you can't do it because of this. One time you try, second time you try, but then you can't continue doing it as a day trader, because you will have a lot of losses, so there is no trade here. When this breakout happens, it should have stayed above 63. So let's say if you took a breakout, let's say right here, right, then it has to stay above 63. But since it took you out, then you don't trade now, because price is not doing the great thing. Then price fell down, right? So I left at 11:13 or so, I just closed down my desktop. But before closing my desktop, in this code, I shared a chart, this chart, and I drew a line there. I said, from here, because of this failed breakout, sellers are there. So here is a short setup right there, right? Because now you can ignore this, just because of this failed breakout. Now you can short it and target lower, like here, right? But then I draw a picture there, and I draw a line there. So Discord folks knows it. There was a line here, straight down, little bit like here, light up, go down straight. There was a one line there. Second line was come down and goes like this, right? So come down and goes like this happened, right? So was it a trade here at this VWAP and mid? Ideally, no. But if you look at internals, right, there was a clue there, So let me show you right here, right? See, this price came down, straight down from here to here. But look at this. This damn thing did not even buzz a little. Otherwise you would see like this. Did not even buzz, So there was a divergence here, right? So based on that, you can assume buyers are holding firmly, and this is exhaustion, so you buy it here, and this was around 1116, which is right here, into this broken 90 resistance turn support idea, right? So based on that, you can go long, right? But since it was a failed breakout here and then price coming down, you do not want to go long here. I'm just giving you the clues both ways. So ideally I would avoid it. Even though if I was here, I would avoid it. I would not take a trade here, but I would expect price to touch here and then go down. Then instead of that, it started balancing here, right? And then it came down here. So now second test of this VWAP and mid after going higher, right? And now you can see momentum again started holding it. So here you can go long if you want to, second trial with stop below this area. Otherwise I would say ignore it, so this is also not a good trade, and you just wait. If this is a failed breakout, that means sellers are here, let them take it out, let buyers take them out. So here you can see it, buyers took them out, right? And here you can see some AD also started going higher, right? Now momentum is holding above zero line, right? So now you can see the buyers are there, right? And most likely all the stuck sellers are here, so if they just bail out, price will go higher and higher, right? So at this point you are ready to go long, but not the breakout kind, because today is not the day to take a breakout, right? So you have to wait for a pullback. Now, so this was around what, 12 o'clock, so which is right here, right? So now you wait, because it balanced around this area 65 68, right? Sellers try to hold it. Finally you have a breakout, right? So now if price comes back here, that would be your pullback, because at that time whoever sold it here, they will bail out, assuming internals are still up at that time, right? So that opportunity came. So these are the two lines here, see that, 65 68 and right here, see here, finally it came. That was your long. Now you can take longs here, right? So because now most of the day is over, almost it's 148, right? And then price finally came down here in a straight line fashion, so exhausted. And considering internals are still holding well here, right, in a positive 1500 territory, buyers will try to buy it up at least back to this line, 83 84. That you can trade if you want to. At the same time, NQ was also coming into this yesterday's high area, right? So you can take this long. Otherwise here there was no trade in NQ. Now however, in the morning, so actually entire day was garbage even, so even though if you don't want to take this trade, is fine, because it's just a garbage, just let it go. Some days are like this. So now here in the morning, it was a very good trade. We had a very good location here, right? And I was waiting literally, actually in Discord I said I am waiting to go long at 26 here, and NQ 487, so I had an order ready there at 487 and here at 26 in both ES and NQ. Damn thing came all the way up to 496 or 95, and then damn thing reversed. Otherwise I would have this entire ride at least up to this high, but I just missed it, it didn't even come there. And here also same thing, missed by 4 points. Otherwise I would have traded it all the way up to here, and then it would be done deal. But anyway, some days are like that, so you don't want to chase it. I would have technically chased these things, right? But I don't do that. So if it comes here, fill me in, that fine, otherwise let it go. So that's how it is, today. And so now tomorrow, this 60 50, this line, above buyers, below sellers. Now buyers means, yes, there are still sellers up here, all these areas, so they have to go through it, but technically for day time frame, above this buyers, below this could be sellers. How it opens tomorrow and what it does is very important. NQ, same thing, above this pink line, buyers, below this pink line and this blue line, sellers. So at least 702 to 762 above buyers, 762 to 702 below sellers. Okay, for intraday, and then we have to just go day by day, and that'll be all for today.